All right, last notes we're going to do for Unit 7 is 7.8. Okay, these notes basically deal with every topic you've done. So we've done linear equations, quadratics with a parabola, and then exponential. We did, actually very quickly we did this in Unit 4, first semester, and that's where, like, when you drew it, you got really close to x, but you never actually touched the x-axis, okay? So line, linear, parabola, U-shape, quadratic, and then this small curve for exponential. And for the first set of the notes here, for example 1, you're just plotting these points and you're looking to see, is it quadratic, is it linear, is it exponential? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and graph the points. So we have 1, 3, so over 1 up 3, 0, 0, negative 3 up 3, over to the left negative 1 and down 1, and then over negative 2, 0, so you stay. So that definitely creates a U shape, which then is a quadratic. Okay. For part B, 0, 2, so you stay at 0, you go up to 2. Negative 1 to the left, up 4. Over 1, up 1. And then we have over 2, up a half. Okay, so basically what this creates is that small curve. That is definitely not a straight line. It's a very small curve. So this would be exponential. For letter C, we're going to graph negative 1 down 2. At 0, go down 1. At 0, go over 1, plot your point. For 3, 2, we go over right 3, up, over 3, up 2. Okay, that definitely creates a straight line, so that would be linear. Now, for example 2, you're given 6 equations, and you're going to basically want to match them to the formulas up here. Okay, so linear y equals mx plus b. Basically, you're looking at their exponents. So this doesn't really have an exponent. It's that invisible 1 that's up there. Here we have an exponent of 2. So if something's quadratic, it has an exponent of 2. And for exponential, your x is your exponent. Okay, so knowing these different features about the problem helps you identify what they are. So it is very easy to figure out, well, which problems have an x exponent. Okay, down here I look, I see that I have an x for the exponent here, so letter C would be exponential. Okay, and D would be exponential. It has that x for the exponent again. Then I'm looking for quadratic because that characteristic is easy to find, x squared. So I'm looking for x squared for quadratic. So I have an x squared here. I have another one here. Okay, and then the last one would be y equals mx plus b. So I'd say that would fit, and so would that. That would be your mx plus b. So these are both linear. Okay, and then the last way you figure this out in a table of values is a few features. So one, we discussed linear already. So if something is linear, you have the same number being added or subtracted. Okay, so from 9 to 5, I'm decreasing by 4. That's a negative 4. From 5 to 1, again, 5 minus 4 would give me 1. 1 minus 4 gives me negative 3. And negative 3 minus 4 gives me negative 7. So since this is the same number, added or subtracted, in this case subtracted, this problem, or this table, represents a linear function. So it would be a straight line on a graph. Okay, B is tricky, so we're going to come back to that. Let's go to C first. So for the next one I'm going to talk about is exponential. So exponential, this is letter C again. If you have the same number being multiplied or divided, something is exponential. Okay? Not sure if you have watched the news, but this is a great example with what's going on in the world right now with the COVID-19. It's an exponential situation. When we first started out, we only had a few, we had less than 10 cases, for a few days. Then it jumped to 20, then we were 30 something, and then we were 79, and now we're in the hundreds. So in the beginning, it's very small, and then it has this huge growth very quickly that happened. That's an exponential situation. So in this case, we're talking about exponentially decaying, which is going down. So you can see the numbers going down here. So I had to divide. If I'm going down, I'm dividing. If my numbers were going up, I'd be multiplying. So in my head, I can't do this very easily. But down here, I know that 12 divided by 2 would be 6. Okay? Does 24 divided by 2, does that equal 12? Yep. 48 divided by 2 is 24. And then I would check that in the calculator. 96 divided by 2, that is 48. So because we're dividing by the same number, this is exponential. All right, so last but not least, we have part B. So you probably guessed that it is definitely going to be a quadratic. Okay, so first I'm okay, well, I'm decreasing and then I'm increasing. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to add, subtract, multiply, divide. So basically, what you do is you start figuring out addition or subtraction. So from 9 to 4, that's definitely a minus 5. From 4 to 1, it's a minus 3. So 4 minus 3 is 1. From 1 to 0, that's a minus 1. So 1 minus 0 is 0. But then I notice from here to here, we're increasing by 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. And 4 plus 9 is a plus 5. So 4 plus 5 is 9. So what you have to do is you have to do another column over here. So again, I don't know how you feel, but negatives are not as easy to figure out as positives. So let's start with the positives. From 1 to 3, that's an increase of 2. And if I look at 3 and 5, that's an increase of 2. So let's apply that to this. From negative 5 to negative 3, is that an increase of 2? Yes. Negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. And negative 1 plus 2 would be a positive 1. So if the second column is the same number using addition or subtraction, then this, I ran out of space, is a quadratic. Okay? So you have to do this twice. And if this column is the same, you can say it's quadratic. All right, so that's the end of the notes for 7.8. I hope I did a good job. Again, as always, email me. If you guys need help, I'll help you.